So today I've decided to begin working on my refractory. I went and ordered all the parts that I needed. I think I got everything I need from Lowe's. All the materials are here, so nothing left to do except start building. Woo! The first step was to buy my Firebrick. These are K26 Firebricks. They're very fragile, very easy to break. 9 inches by 4.5 inches by 2.5 inches. Case of 25 was about 200 bucks, so they're not cheap. So you gotta be very careful not to break them. So I've got some of them laid out already. This is basically what the bottom is gonna look like, and I don't have a frame for it. I just got them sitting here on this box. But I'll continue on building one layer after another until I have it as high as I want, and I'll just go all the way around. So the next step is to design my frame. I thought that I would just use this angle iron to build my frame. So now I get to cut this into sections, and yep. So I have the angle iron all cut out. I have four sides, 4 walls. Will be eventually, it ain't right now, but I used decided to go 45-degree angle. Just use this mortar box here, regular metal cutting hacksaw, nothing special. So now the next step would be to weld them all together. I've decided to use a braze welder, so it shouldn't be too hard. I'll let you guys know when I'm done. Alright, so I decided not to weld it. I had a problem finding aluminum welding rods. I went all over the place. So what I decided to do is just bolt it. And just give you an idea, I've done one so far. This one's not on yet. But I'm going to bolt it like that, and then the next brick is going to go on like that. And I'll just do another layer, brick all the way around. And then I'm going to have a support bar going across here. So I already marked my dot, and that'll be where I drill the hole. It's going to go across here like this, and attach these, and then I'm going to drill through that and into my brick. I'm going to put a lag bolt through the brick and bolt it through the other side, giant washers on it. I'll show you when I'm done. But that's how I plan to hold them bricks, the second layer, in place so they don't move around. Alright, well, I better get to work. Alright, here we go. I've got the corners done for the bracket. Got all the bricks lined up on the second row. Kind of walk around so you guys can see. Just a square box. The next step, I'm going to go ahead and cut up some more of that angle iron, and I'm going to create the top the same way I did the bottom. Going to cut these pieces to fit, and I'm going to line the edge all the way around the top. Not with sections like this, but there'll be 4, 1 for each side, same way I did the bottom. Then when I'm done, I'm going to use this. I believe that's a 1/2 inch by 1/4 inch. And I'm going to mount it halfway on the second layer of bricks, so I can drive a bolt through this bracket, through the brick, and onto the inside. And that will be to just stabilize the second layer of bricks and the frame. I just have this feeling that the second layer of bricks are going to wobble around once I start moving this thing. I'm not worried about the first layer of bricks because you've got this base foundation of these 2 bricks in the middle stabilizing that first layer. So the second layer really doesn't have much to hold it still. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and put this bracket on there, and I'll show you more when I get to it. Alright, I've got it all bolted up. Looking pretty good. Looking alright. See, here's the inside. Notice I put the head of the bolt on the inside. I guess it could have been just as fine with the nuts on the inside. I was worried that there were going to be too many threads, and I didn't want objects too bulky on the inside, such as threads reaching out and whatnot. So, but there's the main chamber. I'm going to go ahead and fashion up the wheels. I've already got, so I'll show you what I'm going to do here. I just took some leftover angle iron, put a hole in it. There's my bolt. I'm going to use that as the axle. My washers, the nut. And this wheel actually has, like I said before, bearings on it. So I'm going to bolt it as tight as I can to that plate, and it should spin freely, unless the bearings are messed up. It's actually kind of hard to open with one hand. But yep, bearing, good. They're expensive. I think I paid like almost 20 bucks for one. So I'm going to take this, the side without the hole, and I'm going to bolt it up to the bottom of that box, one on each side. I'm going to put my tires on there. I'm going to put a kickstand on the front. Probably fashion something out of one of these spare pieces that I've got left over. When I'm done, I'll let you guys know. So I got it on its side so you can view the bottom. I noticed that there were some gaps on the bottom bricks, so I took some steel sheeting and I covered the bottom, used the brackets to hold it in place. I didn't put any additional screws in the sheeting to hold it, as I just need it to be there to shield these support beams, because it would really be unfortunate if the flames came out the bottom, melted these support brackets, and then the bottom fell out of my oven. That would make me sad. So I'm gonna put that on there. Hopefully it does good. We'll see when I test it out. But also you can see now I've got the brackets for the tires. I'm gonna go ahead and mount them, and then I'm gonna fashion my leg stands for the front. So I don't have 4 tires, I only got 2. Well, I'm gonna put them on and we'll see what it looks like. Alright, here's the top, or I'm sorry, the bottom. I got my wheels on there. It's been nice and easy. Well, that's not things that's touching my tough box, but here's my little kickstand. And I'm ready to work on the lid. I'll show you what it looks like when I get the materials ready. I actually ended up getting steel for this project because I was worried that heat escaping from the top is going to be the hottest, and if I use the aluminum like this here that I've been using, it might melt. So I'm going to use steel, which is cool because I'm actually going to be able to weld it this time. And yep, here's one piece. I'm going to make my measurements, I'll make my cuts, and then I'll show you what I got going on before I weld it, and then I'll show you after I weld it also. We have the lid. I haven't welded the angle iron yet, but this is basically what it will look like after I get it welded together. And I'm going to fashion a handle also for this, and this right here will be the part. I'm going to have some 5-inch irons come up off of the sides, and then I'll bolt this. It'll kind of look, here we go. I got the welds done, got my handle on. I know I said 5 inches. I looked at it, 5 inches looked too small. I went ahead and did 8. So you just grab it like that, lift it up. Look at that. I got my crucible going. Oh yeah. I can't wait. Might actually fire this bad boy up tonight. Here we go. Here's my hole saw. I'm going to use that to drill the hole for my propane burner, which is here. Got my holes drilled in it. I wish I had a drill press, then this hole might not have been so boogered up, but I've got a fix for it. Here's my feeder pipe with the number 57 drill. Produced a 9/10 of a millimeter hole. This camera won't even focus on it. Yep, there it is. You can kind of see it. I got the plug already in the end of this. There's some attachments here that I'm going to use to hook it up to the propane tank. The propane tank is a 3/8, so I've got a 3/8 to I believe that is a quarter inch, and there's a little barrel connector here that's going to hook it up to another adapter that goes from a 1/4 inch to an 1/8 inch, which is our feeder pipe. It's at 1/8 inch. So I'm going to hook that up, throw some Kevlar tape, put this together, then I'll show you what it looks like, and maybe we'll ignite it and see what it looks like after we turn it on. Alright, so the next part is to make the propane burner, which is what's going to heat this thing. I had to use a 3/8 bit, which is already attached to my drill, so it's not sitting out here. I had to use a, let's see, what is that, a 1/4 inch drill bit. And this is the number 57. It's very tiny. Can't get it at Lowe's. I had to order it off the internet. It's going to make the hole where the gas comes out of this. This will be my feeder pipe. Propane will come in here and out the tiny hole used by this drill bit, and these will be used to plug the end of the pipe, so the gas has to come out the tiny hole. I'm going to use some silicone tape, or Kevlar tape, I'm sorry. And then this is, I've already cut it, but it's a 7-inch, came 8-inch from the store, so I had to cut 1 inch off the end. I guess I'll just put this together and then show you the finished product. Here we go. I actually had to change out some of my fittings. See, there's the ones that I had. That's the old one. That's the ones I bought for this project. They were the wrong size, but I had what I needed laying around. I didn't have to go back to Lowe's. So I got it all rigged up. I'm going to crank on my propane. Hear it coming out. There we go. It's a pretty good flame. I know we can't really see it too well on this camera, but that flame's shooting out of there, I'd say a good 8 inches from the end. It's nice blue, turquoise, none of it's red. I like it. It should do pretty good. Now I gotta go drill my hole and insert this pipe. Here we go. I got it set up, ready for my first trial run. Drilled my hole. Got my propane torch hooked up. Got my lid. Got my furnace. Got my crucible. Here's some failed projects of aluminum. I'm going to go ahead and melt them down. This here looks all ugly. That was a very failed project. I'm going to melt that down, make it prettier. Without further ado, I'm going to turn that on. Woo! It's a little warm. I think I lost the hairs on my hand. Crucible in there. Let's get some of these. Alright. Let's put the lid on it. Okay, it's looking good. I'm going to let this cook going to set the timer and see how long it takes. The burner didn't work. It failed horribly. I could not get enough oxygen to come in and keep my fire hot. Every time I put the lid on top of the furnace, it would snuff out. I tried drilling more holes in this here. You don't recognize it now. You might, maybe. See where I had the holes before? I covered them up with metallic tape. Because I couldn't get enough oxygen in, I decided to revert back to my previous methods of forcing air. I did, however, improve my air, my pipe here. This is just a plastic piece from an old shop vac that I've got. Can't see, it's over there in the corner. But I took the piping off of the hose, the flex hose. This is the piece that goes onto the flex hose. This is just one of the adapters you get to lengthen your handle. And I just stuck it to the back of the 1-inch pipe or 3/4 inch pipe diameter internally, 1 inch out external. Then I sealed it up using that tape. This metallic tape's rated for about 300 degrees. I know it'll hold. This doesn't really get that hot back here. It gets hot up here, but still not even hot enough to make that steel glow. So this plastic doesn't melt. I've already tested it without the metallic tape. I just covered these holes up using some foil, which was just to see if the idea was even going to work, and it did. So I made it a little bit more permanent. If it's not permanent enough, I'll just go buy a new pipe. So here's my hair dryer. I've used this guy for years. I use this to power my charcoal oven. The blue tape was just on there to cover up air leaks in the manufacturer. The plastic seams where the two pieces would come together, air would escape. So I put this packaging tape on there. It's held up pretty good. I think I put that tape on there about 3 years ago. Anyhow, to control the airflow, I put on this potentiometer. You can get them at Walmart. They use them to dim the lights. It's like a light switch. You've all seen it before, I'm sure. I just put it in line with the power so I can control my airflow. And also, I upgraded my regulator valve. The regulator valve that I had before was kind of lame. It didn't even tell me what the PSI was on it, but I'm guessing somewhere around 1. And I needed way more. This guy here can go from 0 to 30 PSI. So that's pretty good. I've messed with the cones on these, on the end of this, different heads. Oops, there goes my finger. And I just took them off. Maybe I should have left them on for the video. But anyhow, let me, I'm going to go ahead and stop this video and get set up for ignition. Got it set up. Also, another note, I use that metallic tape to line the inside of that hole. Pulling that pipe in and out on that soft fire brick started to wear out on my hole. So I'm going to turn the gas on. Nice and slow. Stand by. Okay, I hear the gas. Woo. Got a flame. More gas. Okay, now I'm going to add the air. See here, nice and slow. Too much air will snuff it out. Nice and oops, see? See? There I go. I'm going to try to get a little air going first. This is going to be big. Woo. There goes my hair. Alright. Nope. Alright, I got it lit. I'm outside because it's very loud in my garage. When I go in, I want you to notice how I made the lid so that I can continue to throw aluminum in while it's lit. the hair dryer maxed out and the propane tank set on 30 psi maxed out. It's only been like that for about 3 minutes. I imagine it won't take much longer for that aluminum to melt, and then I'll probably crank the temperature down a little bit just to sustain the minimum required heat so I don't waste any gas. The aluminum is melted, and I just threw a giant ingot bar in there. I'll go ahead and let you see it. And then I'm going to stop the video. Next video will probably have to recruit Chelsea to videotape me pouring it. Try not to get my phone too close to it. It's really hot. I don't want to damage my phone. And there it is. All that stuff that I spilled that's not in the holes, I'm just going to grind it all off and remelt it down, whatever's left over, just to let you guys know what I'm trying to build. I use this lead fishing sinker, so I'm going to try to make a bunch of them. I've made one already. They come out to about 1 ounce when you use aluminum. Thank you for watching. Everything is cooled down now. There's my leftover. Nice little bar. Still kind of hot. I'm going to check it. Make sure it ain't too hot or it'll burn me. I need my bucket of sand. This whole pan's pretty hot. Let's see if I can pull this off with one hand without making a big mess. Yeah. I had 9 holes made. One of them collapsed on me, I saw. So I should have 8 of these. I'm going to put them down here. There's one. There's one. It's kind of hot. There's 4. Kind of cool. So I've got 6. 2 more missing. The sand is actually really warm still, but not to where it'll burn me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do this. Green sand is really neat stuff. You can reuse it over and over and over again. Take any shape you want. See them. It's good to break this stuff up while it's still warm. If you wait a day or two for it to cool off, it gets really hard. I'll have to get a 2x4 in here to break these tiny ones up if I wait too long. I'll break them up later. Let me get my last two so I can show you guys. Alright. Try to get out here where some light is. It's getting kind of dark out early. Alright. So there's a product of my first oven. Or my new propane oven. Not my first. But like I was saying before, I'll just take a cutting tool, cut that slag off the end of there, and just keep the shape that I want. And I'm going to machine them down. I'm going to try to make them shiny. That one came out really good. I like that one. I might. Alright, oh look at that. See, it almost took the writing, stamped the writing over the bar. I'll show you guys what happens when I start filing them down. Finished my first 1 ounce sinker. Got it all polished up. There you go. You can almost see the house across the street in this thing. Here we go. Look, there I am. Think that'll attract any fish? They say fish like shiny objects.